Hello everybody and welcome to On the Mat with Jenstar. This practice today is going to move and dance on the mat. It will be a little bit more of that fiery in the intermediate realm. So for my friends that need some extra props around, feel free to grab them. Today I am just keeping my mat open and clear. If you have knee things going on today, this one will also be one that you need to be mindful, and I'll show you a few modifications as we go through the flow. So let's start standing. Come on down to the top of your mat. Feet hips distance, toes pointing out 10 and 2. Bring your hands to heart center and just take a moment to get grounded. Activate your breath with a long inhale in through your nose. And then through the nose or mouth, exhale. Feel your feet take root into the earth. On your next breath in, reach and stretch the fingertips up to the sky. Come down into a squat. Here's where your variations come in. You could literally be in a squat position, shins over heels so the knees aren't jutting forward. Come on down into malasana if that feels okay for knees. Triceps, gently open up the thigh bones, lift through the heart, but fold the chin down. Deep breath in. Transition to down dog. Exhale on out. On your inhale, shift your weight forward to a plank position. I sometimes love to unroll the spine from the tail to the mid-back through the head and then back to downward facing dog. Do that one more time. Rolling is optional. Tail, navel, upper chest, shoulders, let it all unravel out. This round, exhale through chaturanga. Knees are welcome to drop to the mat. On your inhale, plug the shoulders, curl the heart up, low, medium, or high. Downward facing dog, exhale on out, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Now here's where you'll bend your knees up, look to your pinky fingers. So walk, step, or float back up. Come into malasana or your squat. It's okay. Inhale, push through the feet, rise. Reach the fingertips high and exhale, draw them back to heart center. Here we go again, round 2, reach up. Exhale, lower on down, malasana or squat. Take a breath here, brighten up through the chest. Unclench your jaw. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, scoop the heart up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Prepare to move as you breathe in. Look forward, walk, step, or hop. Back up to the top of the mat. Malasana or squat, breath flows in. Exhale, forward fold if that feels good for you. Those of you still in the squat, inhale, push through the feet. Everyone will scoop and rise up to the sky. Last round, friends, exhale, take it back down, any variation of squat. Breathe once you arrive. Plant the hands, maybe even a playful jump back to chaturanga or plank to chaturanga, lower on down. Heart curls up, any variation of cobra. Exhale back to down dog. Bend your knees up, look forward. Walk, step, or hop, arrive to where your destination is, and any level of squat. Pause for an entire breath. Some of you will lift the hips and fold to touch the floor, and then root to rise. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Toe heel your feet together. Bring your weight shift into the right leg and tap your left toes to the ground. Draw up through the pelvis. There's a little bit of core connection here, and see if you can pick the toes up off the ground. Flex the left foot, cross ankle over thigh, sit back, figure 4. Option A, stay here. Option B, you might add a twist. Use your left tricep to hook over the top of the thigh bone. Gaze can focus and find drishti down to the ground, to the side, or looking up. Now on your inhale, pull the leg up with you. This is your moment to really stand in the fire of the balance. Step back into a crescent lunge. Inhale here. Hands to hips, straighten the front leg. Pivot to the long edge of your mat and forward fold down to touch the floor. Now, as you fold down, hands can stay. Hands could interlace behind the head as you sway side to side. Some of you might even walk your hands to the back edge of your mat. Ooh, if your heart is beating, notice it. Slow your breath down in through the nose. And out. Good, half lift. Next inhale, get long. Feel your legs rooted into the earth. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly stand on up. Pivot back up to the top of the mat. Step up and shake it on out. Reset your feet. Reset your feet. Step one, be receptive. Just take a second to get grounded in the foundation. It all starts with the feet. Then as hands come to heart center, peel up your right toes, then maybe balance to lift the right leg. Here's where that scoop from the pelvic floor up through the navel. Even think of this golden thread that moves through the spine, drawing you up to the ceiling. Flex the toes, figure four cross, have a seat. Continue to notice yourself, long from your head down to your butt bones. Add the twist if it serves you. As you twist, you could use your hand to help stabilize the foot, to then hug and bring the tricep in. Remember, we're not going for perfection in any of this. It's playful, keep it light. On the inhale, knee pulls up, hands reach, step it back to crescent lunge. One breath in here. Turn to the long edge of your mat, forward fold and touch the ground. I invite you to interlace your hands this round. You might even move from side to side, lunge from one leg over to the other. Try to take tension out of your head, neck, shoulders, throat. Connect with the breath. Now, hands release down to the floor, half lift as you breathe in. Transfer the hands to the hips. Next, inhale, stand up nice and tall. Pivot back up to the top of the mat and shake it on out. Toe heel your feet hips distance. Inhale. Here's your sun salute with the squat. Exhale, lower on down. Invite another breath in. I'll meet you in down dog. Plant the hands, float, step through plank. You have options. Adding in jaguar, right leg sweeps back, breathe in. Knee to nose to knee, curl like a cat. Let's do two here. Number two, inhale, reach back. Exhale, curl like a cat. Hold. Literally try to draw up through the spine, but curl your nose to knee, and then set the shin bone down to the ground. Right hand into the center of the mat. Spin your left heel down. Vashisthasana variation. Extend the left hand overhead. Gaze can look down or up. Connect the dots of energy from your fingertips to your armpit, all the way down through the hip, the outer knee, the ankle, the toes, and maybe, just maybe, pick up the foot to balance here. Now, here's a little switcheroo. Look down to your hand at the top of the mat. Back foot will step forward. Bring both hands inside the ankle. Tuck the toes, wiggle the heel back, and settle the knee. Pause here in lizard pose. If anyone's looking for a little more heat and activation, back toes could tuck under, lift the hamstring, bend the elbows, and add in an airplane variation. In airplane, heart is bright. Try your best to keep the torso, the sternum reaching forward, chin down. Leg muscles squeeze in. Good, release the pose, everybody. Plant down, step back. Flow or no flow, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. A moment to reconnect. Left leg, two jaguars. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose to knee. Number two, inhale. Here's your hold. Exhale, knee to nose to knee. Scoop, 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 scoop. Round and hold. Then left shin bone connects down to the floor. Left hand moves center of the mat, but slightly behind the wrist. Right heel spins down. Vashisthasana variations here. You can look up, down. You have options. Don't be in a hurry. There's a moment to move. There's moments to pause. That is life. It's the blend of both. Now look to the top of the mat. Right foot steps. Both hands inside the ankle. Wiggle your left heel back and settle to find lizard pose. In lizard, Common thing is people locking their elbows or even letting their head fall off. I invite you to soften the elbows, turn the chin down slightly, but there's still a connection through the spine, through the head. Airplane is your second variation. Back toes tuck. It's a mini chaturanga on the inside of the leg for one arm to extend out, second arm to extend out. Hug the thigh bones in. And then release. Flow or no flow, come back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, inhale, dog pose. Look forward, walk, step, or hop as you exhale. Malasana, top of the mat. Pause to breathe here, inhale. Some of you will stay, some of you will fold. Then inhale, push to rise, reach up. Draw your fingers up to the sky and exhale, hands to heart center. Toe, heel your feet back in. Root down, become receptive. Hands draw to heart. Left toes peel up, scoop up through the pelvis. We're back in our balance, friends. You've done this. Flex the foot, heel over thigh. Sit back, figure four. Add your twist if it feels appropriate. If it's playful for you today, your left hand can grab pinky toe side of the left foot, plug the shoulder heads back, activate through the legs, pick the leg up, and maybe extend it on out. So variation of standing hand to big toe pose. Second hand might open, energetically plug into the spine to lift the sternum, add a little back bend. Can you breathe in joy to the challenge right now? Good, crescent lunge, reach the toes back, connect into the floor, rise. One more time, turn to the long edge of your mat and forward fold on down. Now, you could stay here. Let yourself breathe. Some of you will take the hands and slide the fingertips in the inseams of the feet so toes and fingers somewhat align. And then tip the weight forward so the brigma, the part of your head that's not your forehead, not the back of the head, creates a triangle so that your head can connect down to the ground. You might scoop through the belly and try to pick the heels up off of the ground. Some of you might envision it, but not do it. So headstand, friends, you can play. For everyone, reroot your feet down, halfway lift. Hands to your hips. Slowly stand on up. Pivot to the top of the mat. Shake it out. Whatever happened, happened. Let it go, let it be. Reset, feel your feet take root. Hands to heart, let's switch sides. Right foot lifts, tap the toes, then scoop up to lift the knee. Flex and activate, fourth and fifth toes peel back. Figure four, cross the ankle over thigh. Now when I do this, I'm not bending my knee forward. I use my butt bones to stretch back, create more length in the spine, use my breath to create even more spaciousness, and then either stay, twist, or standing hand to big toe pose variation. Before the leg goes out, I'm unwavered in the ability to plug my shoulders and the legs and core are strong, okay? Brighten up into the pose if you can, steady your breath. You can stay. Opposite hand might reach out. A moment to envision this energy lifting out of the waistline, adding a little bit of back bend. Here's where the joy flows in. Wherever you are, embrace it. You get to practice today. How cool is that? Final breath. Take it into a crescent lunge. Inhale here. Then pivot to the long edge of your mat. This round, interlace the hands. Roll the shoulder heads back. Forward fold. One last time. Final fold. If you have your hands interlaced, careful that you don't lock out the elbows. Eyes are softly open. Good. Release your hands to the ground. Halfway lift, inhale. Pivot to the top of the mat, but come on down and have a seat. Oh, are we feeling hot and bothered? Warmed up? Yes? Good. All right, last few things here. Lay on your back. Hug your knees on into your chest. Continue to keep the right leg in. Literally stretch the left toes to the sky. Point or flex the foot and then lower, 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 lower. Almost parallel to the ground. Can you curl up right nose to knee? This is like the jaguar we did before. Reach the hands forward. Feet are active in some way. Breathe in, breathe out. And then switch, exhale. And then switch, exhale. And switch. If any of you want to add in a bicycle sit-up, go for it. Switch. I'm shaking. Switch. 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 Great way to turn on that confidence in your core. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Now lie back, hug your knees in. Keep your left leg this time. Right toes extend to the sky. Pointer flex and then lower, 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 lower. Rooted through the sacrum but no pain. Curl your nose to your left knee. Begin to breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. Hands extend forward. Then exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. A little bit of resistance in your muscles here. Exhale, switch. Add the arms if it works. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. And switch. Good. Now feet to the ground. Inhale, back. Exhale, curl up, nose towards the navel. Inhale, inhale, back. Exhale, curl up, hold. The hold is not an inhale or an exhale. Inhale, inhale, back. Exhale, exhale, curl. Last one. Inhale, inhale, back. Chin is lightly turned in. Use your core to curl up. Reach your hands forward for 5. Breath flows in and out for 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lay on your back, hug your knees on in. Deep breath in, let it all out through the mouth. Good. Both legs together, twist over to the left. So when I go to the left, I'm not just like loosey-goosey letting the legs drop. Okay, there's a time and a place. Be intentional. The closer the legs come in towards the chest, the more sensation you'll have. If you need to let your legs, like a domino effect, twist to the left, cool, okay? But know the difference and examine it for yourself in your body to what works best. As the legs twist to the left, let your gaze look to the right. Begin to close the eyes as you wind down from this little heated practice. Next inhale, come up through the center, mirror image legs or feet on the ground, which either one, legs will move with intention to the right, but upper body and gaze looks to the left. Find your breath. Remember, there's a time and a place to go slow and a time and a place to be active and heated. This is your go slow moment. Embrace it, even if it's hard for you. Next inhale, come back up through the center. Find a moment here. Pigeon toe in your big toes. Let your thighs kiss together. Hands can almost look like a diamond with the thumbs connected by the belly button. Fingertips pointing down past the pubic bone. Shoulders settle. Find a quiet moment here. As you breathe in, tell yourself in your mind that nothing needs to move, be done, no problem solved in this moment. Exhale it out. And you might say that again. Nothing needs to be done in this moment. And then from this point on, allow yourself to breathe your natural breath. aware of everything, attached to nothing. Just let things be as they are. Now start to blink open the eyes, hug your knees back in, move a little bit side to side, and then press your way on up. There's nothing to see. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Root down into your butt bones. Roll the shoulders one last time. Feel that imaginary golden zipper of energy, the thread that pulls from your seat to your head, lifting you up to the sky. Gently draw your chin down, and with gratitude, take one deep breath in. Full exhale, nose or mouth. Have a beautiful rest of your day.